Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode of The Bus. On this one, I am being a bit spoiled. I've stolen the keys to my old man's workshop. So that way the audio quality will be pretty good now, being that there's no wind and stuff. And on this episode, we are installing this drivetrain breather kit. So this obviously it's got 4 ports, so that does rear diff, transmission, transfer case, front diff. It also comes with this nice billet aluminium where all the ports go up to, and it tucks everything out of the way, so that way dirt can't get down there easily. For this one, I'm actually thinking I might put it on the headboard of the tray, so that way it's tucked really nicely out of the way. The other thing we're going to be doing this episode is some fuel hose stuff. So when I turn my car off and leave it on, or when I turn the Hilux off and leave it on overnight, it seems like air's drawing back into the fuel system and making the fuel run back to the tank. So, got some new fuel hose. Plan is to put that on, replace all the current soft hose. We're not going to do any hard lines, we're just going to do the soft lines. And hopefully that'll do. We did already spot one of the clamps wasn't really holding on its best, so I think that might have been the problem, because I did start this morning after not starting it for 2 days, and it just started up perfectly. So, yep, let's get into this one. So just quickly, we have had another little change off camera. I have actually plumbed in this hose here, him along, and then we've just put a fitting into the airbox. See that down there? So we've ran that really nice and tidy behind everything all the way back up there. And while we had the airbox out, we thought we may as well give it a paint. And there we go. We've got the nice blue thing, because we have a bit of a Ford blue theme going on here with the underside as well. So the sump, although you can't see it because it's filth, is actually also Ford blue, and there's also some other lines that are Ford blue. So I won't do the fuel lines first. It's still pretty hot. Might just have a look and see how hot the transfer case and everything is, because I've just driven it from my house to the workshop, so she's a bit warm. So yeah, let's start having a look at this diff breather kit. Let's unpack it. We just open it up. We've got bubble wrap. Then we've also got the parts list. I'm not sure if this actually has an installation guide. Yep, it does look like it has an installation guide. So we've got lots of different sizes of fittings for it, because this is a Toyota, Nissan. Yeah, I can't remember the last one, but yeah. So, and we've got good run of hose. We've got some spring hoses, I think they're called. Is that what they call it? Yeah, polyurethane spring hose. There we go. And then we've got some fittings that'll go up into the bottom of this. And then they've also got, on one end of them, they also have these little filtered ends. So yeah, let's start having a look at how we're going to install that. I was hoping to use the hoists, but they're all taken up. So what we'll do, we'll just use a creepy crawly and jump under it. Probably won't be able to see me, but this is what we're undoing here. So we want to undo this fitting. So I've just cleaned off around it. Also, we're trying to see. Okay, that was bloody loose as, what the hell. That's the first fitting out. So this is what came out of it. I think it's just got like a little bit of up and down movement, so it can breathe in the air. Now we just got to find the equivalent in the SAS kit of this thread. So let's have a quick look. So we have two options here. We can go a right angle off of it, or we can go straight off of it. So I think for this, it's probably going to be better going straight off. Maybe so yeah, for the diffs I'll just go straight off, but maybe for the transfer case and gearbox, it might be easy to run them on a right angle, to run them kind of down the transmission tunnel. So let's start off with these ones. this should be right, hopefully, 8mm. Yeah, let's get into it. Look at that, nice fitting, done. Now let's have a look at the rear differential. It's got grass wrapped around it from last time we went out. I should have brought the other fitting, but of course I didn't. We did the front and rear diff breathers like in seconds, and now I've had to do some Googling to figure out where the transfer case and the transmission breathers are. And there is one, but it's not really up to par. So I'll just show you down here. So sorry about this. It's just down there. So I'm going to have to pull both these off. And this one actually has one. I'll try and point it out. You can just barely see it. It's just back here. So what I'm going to have to do is pull both these off. And then I'm probably going to have to drill and tap them. So let's see how that goes. Here I've pulled out the transfer, I guess, gear lever, I guess. So pulled that out. So this just comes off with a circlip that sits just inside the base of here. I didn't actually need to pull that out. I could have just, I didn't need to pull the circlip out. I could have just hammered that off, but it was bloody sealed on, so I had to get a hammer and and knock it out. So yeah, this is all ready. I've already put a mark where I'm going to have to tap, because apparently Hiluxes, the LN106s, don't come with factory gearbox or transfer case breathers. So I'm just going to tap them into the top here. Down here we can see, if you just come down here we can see that it's actually got a bit of an extra cutout. So that's actually where I'm thinking of running it. So if you look at this dot, it's at the top corner. So when I put this on, and yeah, there is a bit of dirt in it, don't worry, I'm going to make sure I clean it out very thoroughly. So yeah, up here, that'll line up with up there. So it'll sit in like that, and then I'll have a fitting that I'll just run off on a right angle back to the headboard, and we should be sweet. So let's get to drilling and tapping this one. Make sure this all goes smoothly first before we pull the other one off. First things first, I'm just going to drill through here. So let's get the drill set up nice and straight. You know what? It is so good having good tools. So my drill bits are shit house. These are worth drill bits. And mate, that just made my life so easy then. That was awesome. So now I'm just going up a size. It's not the final size I need, I'm just going up one. Just work our way out. How's that? Doesn't that look pretty? Oh, hot metal shard in my sock. So I've drilled and tapped it. I didn't film this one, but I'll film the next one. The right angle fitting, because of where I put it. Where's the right angle fitting? Over here. The right angle fitting, because of where I put it, obviously wouldn't be able to turn. And I was thinking maybe I'll unthread it, and then I was like, well, I'm still going to have the same problem, because I still have to thread it back on and try and turn it around. So we're going to use this. I have checked the lines, and the line should nicely curve up and back. It shouldn't pinch. Now we're just going to get the transmission side out, and then we'll have a transmission breather line fitted. So let's take him out and let's go do the next one. So I've just pulled this out now, and what we're going to do is just drill and tap. So this one does actually have a factory breather on it. God, gear oil smells fucking gross. Anyways, yeah, so this is what the factory breathers look like on the Hiluxes, same as the front and rear diff breathers had. So what we're going to do, this one is actually sat in there, so we're probably going to have to punch that out and then tap it, and then do the same thing we did for the transfer case gear. So let's go do that. We might actually step it up. Start it off as a smaller size.
Walking into the camera.
Well, the camera keeps being in a position where it's walking.
I'm in a fine position.
So now we've got this fitting in just here, so we're just going to have to do that up. Okay, so we've just put in the gearbox, the gear shifter, and what we've got is, so there's the hose going up. It does look like it's gonna crimp it a little bit, fold it, but what I'm thinking is once it's all bolted down, it should be fine, and then I'll try and, if I have to, I'll take a little bit of metal out so it doesn't fold on itself. So there's that. You see the hose, that bit of black hose. We've just ran it all the way through because I don't know what length I'm going to need for everything. So I think I'll just do gearbox first, run it to where I want it. Yeah, gearbox first, then I'll do the transfer, run that, and then the diffs actually have that spring hose, so I'll be able to use that for them. So yeah, I'll just bolt this down, and then I'll cut the hose to length that I think I'm going to need, and then put the transfer case side in, and then start looking at the diffs. Haven't even looked at the fuel hose yet, but we'll see. Okay, so we've got this one in now. He's all in and happy. The hose is a little tight. It is getting bent just a little bit. It is just getting bent a little bit, but it's actually not too bad. So we're gonna leave that for a moment. Kind of just gonna run roughly where I think the hose will run, and then chop the hose hopefully. So let's have a look at that. Alright, so the second one's in now, hose is in. I'm just going to put this back in, put the circlip back on it, and then fit everything back up on top of this, and then we are going to fit all this back up and start doing the diff one. So now, for the diff, if we have a look, obviously I've already got the fitting, as we saw earlier, it looks pretty shiny, but I've actually run the hoses, I don't know, can you see? Yeah, see? There. So now I will cable tie them so they're not up flat, and then I've also just run them through just a bit of the tray, so that way we can get them to come up. They're stuck in the door right now, but they come up really nicely. I'll cable tie them to the headboard here, come up really nicely right up to here. That's my plan, so should look really good. Pretty happy with how this has come out. I haven't really had to drill and tap stuff before. This is kind of my first time doing it to factory parts, but I'm really happy with how this has come out so far. So yeah, I'll get Morgan, my assistant for today, to reassemble the inside while I start doing the diff breathers. The hose now ran it over this, which I'll cable tie it to there so it keeps it up nice and straight. Really what I'm trying to do is just trying to make sure I keep as far away from the exhaust as I can. So up here, and then we're probably going to run in across and then down the chassis rail and join up with the other ones. So right, before going any further, I'll just do a quick walk around. So up here we've got where the front diff breather is going. Obviously the ones from the center console that run up through there, and then we've also got the one from the rear running up back. That's a nice fresh hose. I've now set up the block, so if we have a look over here. So we're going to mount this in. I've decided exactly where we're going to mount it now. So I'm kind of thinking that the best bet would be to mount it up like this. I'm thinking just do that, screw it, bolt it, run it, done it. Tucked up nice out of the way. Diff will definitely be getting some fresh air from up there, so let's go. Let's get some screwing holes going. Alright, so we've drilled and tapped that hole now. We've got this, we've got this. So now all we've got to do, essentially, I'm planning on tapping it with some paint, I just don't have any here. I'm just going to screw this through. So now, what we're going to do, here are our hoses, or our hoses. Just going to run one up at a time. Okay, so here we are, we've done this. So we've got all the hoses connected on the back there. So there. This one doesn't have anything connected to him just yet, just because I don't actually have enough length, so if I just show you down here, see, this is the front diff. We just ran out of hose, really, considering that these are our only offcuts, plus there's one more on the roof. They're only offcuts out of everything, so we weren't ever going to make it for that one. So that's cool. Now I'm just going to get under it and cable tie it, and yeah, and then I'll just film final once I get some more hose, which will probably be tomorrow. I'll film another couple of bits. I'm not going to get to the fuel hose today. This took longer because I had to drill and tap the gearbox and transfer case. So yeah, just going to cable tie these up, and I'll see you when I've got some more hose. Now I've gotten some hose. It's actually Monday, and I had to wait till the weekend was over just for some shops to open so I could actually get some. But unfortunately, it is blue hose, which the rest of it's black, which is annoying. But underneath, you're not going to see it, so it's just going to be run along the chassis, and then the other bit of existing black stuff I have will be where it's visible. So just going to connect this into the front diff, and then run it up to the rest of the 4-port breather, and then I'll just cable tie them all and do my fuel hoses. Done the breathers completely now with that little bit of blue hose to extend out the front diff. So here it is. I've got them all up the top and run all the way down, and then I loop them under the tray, and then when we go under the tray, we've got the two obviously that run to the gearbox and transfer, the one that runs to the front diff over on the right, and then we've got the one that runs to the rear diff hanging there. So yeah, that's all done. I'm not really happy with that bit of blue hose, but and you should be able to see it over the other side there. But at least it's together, it's hidden, and it works. So now I'm going to get onto the fuel hoses. Fuel hoses that I'm replacing, it's going to be this one, and there's another one down here, just in here. So I'm going to replace those, and then I also will be replacing the fuel tank. Yeah, I'll be replacing the fuel tank hoses. So I can't show you those because I've parked my car completely in, so I can't even get down beside it. But yeah, I'll replace those hoses. The fuel hoses are now done. So I've just done 1, 2, 3. Well, the fuel hoses for the front, 1, 2, 3. So done the return one down here as well. So now I'm looking at doing the ones from the tank. So the return lines are all 6mm, and the actual fuel lines, the draw lines, I guess, are 8mm. So these are the ones I'm replacing next. So they just run down under there. Here are the hoses, the ones at the rear to the tank, to the hard lines just up there. So yeah, I think we can call this one done. Anyway guys, thanks for tuning into this episode of The Bus. Feels good to finally do some mods instead of just fixing it. So that it felt good for a bit of a change, but there'll be plenty more to come, mods for this one. But yeah, anyways, thanks for watching again. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and catch you in the next one.